right, so that was a great interview with Jen Morse and Ross Rattray. Now we're going to go to the other side of the studio. We're going to talk with Steve Sexton. He is the host of the Silver Hair Tsunami. I often joke that I'm not licensed to do anything besides drive a car. We just try and give you some advice on the show. But Steve Sexton is one of San Diego's top financial advisors. And we're going to talk a little bit about the financial world and also mortgage and reverse mortgage. So let's go see what Steve has to say.
Thanks, Craig. Hey, with me is Michelle Kole of Kole Reverse Mortgage. Now, one of the things I noticed about you, and when I looked at your history, is you spent 27 years in the lending business.
Yes.
And then on a dime, you changed and moved into reverse mortgage. And I think that's where we should start. So tell us your story.
Thanks, Steve. I'd love to. I love being able to talk about my passion, reverse mortgages. And yes, I was 27 years in the mortgage business. And then a family tragedy happened. My dad had a massive stroke and had to go into nursing care. And in order to afford his care was going to be huge. And mom and dad, family home, didn't want to have to sell. So the only way to keep them in their home, mom in the home and dad in the nursing care, pay for his care, was a reverse mortgage. I wasn't really familiar with them. I learned quick, got him a reverse mortgage. It paid for dad's care and kept mom in the family home. And then when he passed, the best part is mom still has that reverse mortgage to this day. She's 91 now, and she wants to stay independent in the home for the rest of her life. And she may very well hit 100. My sisters and I want her to do that. And now that reverse mortgage allows her money when she needs it. It's in the form of a line of credit. And so it just sits there. And you know, the best part about reverse mortgages is if you get that line of credit with your reverse mortgage, it grows over time. So if you're not using it, it just sits there and gets larger. So you have access to more equity in the future.
Let me get this straight. So what you're saying with a reverse mortgage
Yes.
is if somebody, say they're 62, they get a reverse mortgage, it continues to grow.
Yes.
So just for example, I don't know if they grow, say it grows at 5%. So in 10 years, that'll be $500,000 that they could use to take care of their health needs in retirement.
Yes.
And you know, I think that's wonderful because being a financial professional, I know how expensive long-term care is, and the fact that it keeps going up every single year. And a lot of people say, hey, you know what, I can't afford this anymore. What are my other options? And this is a wonderful option.
Absolutely. And you know what happens is people think, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till I'm older. I hear that all the time. But just as you said, no, costs are going up constantly with a long-term care policy. So why not get the reverse mortgage early? And you know, the best part is you're not paying a dime on that line of credit that's growing because you're not using it. So it's sitting there growing so that at a time when you really need it, that large chunk is there and you can start drawing out of it anytime you want, any amounts you want, but it's there for you. Makes a huge difference.
Now, what are the reasons why somebody would, you know, look at getting a reverse mortgage?
Oh gosh, there's so many reasons. I've got clients that just simply having an extra $500 a month makes a huge difference. I've got a lady, in fact, her financial planner said, you know, you've got to get this because this is going to help you. And she had a best friend that got a reverse mortgage. She was traveling, having a good old time, and she was telling my client, well, gosh, I got a reverse mortgage. And so that prompted her to call me, and now she can travel. She really didn't need a lot of money because she had good assets, just like financial planners recommend. She had good assets, but that monthly cash flow, about $500 made a huge difference.
I can see how a reverse mortgage can repair some mistakes that people make when they plan for retirement. Because a lot of times people just say, hey, I just need $5,000 a month. But the reality is you have inflation that steps up. And when that happens, there becomes a gap, and a lot of people start chapping the nickel, so to speak, in retirement, and they want to take that pressure off. So I can see how they can get a reverse mortgage to eliminate part of their expenses on a monthly basis so they can live the quality of life that they want.
Yeah. Do you know the huge difference it makes? I was talking to some clients yesterday, and they're paying about $1,200 a month, principal and interest. They've got a sizable mortgage. First thing a reverse mortgage does is pay off that regular mortgage so they no longer have that monthly principal and interest payment. They still have their taxes and insurance, but that chunk, principal and interest, they no longer have to worry about that. So that's added cash flow. The best part with these guys is we're going to give them, pay off their mortgage, and then give them that line of credit that's going to keep growing for emergencies. And they get that added cash flow that they were otherwise writing a check each month. They're going to get to spend that, use that, instead of tapping into their other assets.
I think that's wonderful. Now, I understand there's a lot of people are looking at using a reverse mortgage to actually buy their home nowadays.
Yes, yes.
So how would that work?
Oh, this is great. Just had a client. She wanted to retire. She sold her home. She had a huge chunk of money. And so what she did is she bought a smaller home that she really wanted. It was about $200,000, cost her $100,000, roughly. It's about 50% cash to the value. And then she still has a lot of proceeds from the sale of her home. That chunk she's putting in the bank or doing something else with it. But now she has no monthly principal and interest payment, smaller house, just what she wants. And the best part was she got to retire 2 days after the deal closed. Oh. She retired, and she's in Northern California because I work all over the state. So she's coming down here, and we're going to go to lunch, and she's on her way to Mexico and just living a good life.
You know what? Having a tool like that gives people the opportunity to kind of take the monkey off the back and live the quality of life they want. Michelle, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Appreciate
we
it.
very, very much appreciate it. Hey, for more information, you want to go to Kole Reverse Mortgage or go to the American Dream website, and that way you can find Michelle and see the segment again. Now, if you'd like to join us on October 1st at the Silver-Haired Tsunami Show for real estate and deal with the real estate transition, we have many, many experts just like Michelle that'll be on the show there. And again, it's October 1st in Mission Valley at the Hilton. We'll see you then. Craig, back to you.
All right, that's all for today's show. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. We talked a little bit about the anti-aging movement. We dove into the financial market. We dove into real estate, mortgage, even reverse mortgage. My #1 job on this show is to be your consumer advocate. What does that mean? Give you advice with no strings attached, no commission attached to it. How do you get that advice? Reach out to me, craigsewing.com, and we'll see you mañana.